Hey everyone,
Hi, I'm Shelley.
I'm Martin, and we are down here at the cabin, and we've been doing some work in there, and we've decided that, ready or not, it's time to let you see the inside of it. And we haven't, I mean, the only people that have actually been in here have just been a few friends that have kind of stopped by, and we've given them a little bit of a tour, but no one else has seen the inside of this cabin or what we're doing in there. So today is the day, and we've got a disclaimer to all of our friends and family. Yes, it's unfinished, but we're camping out, okay? So you just got to understand that.
It's a work in progress.
It is, and we're enjoying it. We do a little bit each day, and then we come outside and we kind of sit out here and enjoy the outdoors. So don't panic when you see it, because we're actually very comfortable in there. We've got air conditioning, which we've had from the very first day, running off the solar plant. We've got a TV that's not really connected to anything, but we've got like 100 videos that we get to watch. And we are able to watch YouTube videos and things like that on there, so so we do have that. So, and we can cook. We've got a refrigerator. We've got all that stuff in there.
We cook outside though.
Well, we cook in skillets outside. If we want to just microwave something real quick, we've got that.
And we've got the
and an air fryer.
Air fryer and a little oven. It makes an oven and air fryer, so we kind of got that.
Don't believe them when they say it's an air fryer. Okay, it fries nothing. Okay, it just it does heat things up. Okay,
it's not supposed to fry anything. It's supposed to take what is already fried and make it nice and crisp when you heat it up.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay.
We've done pizzas in there and they work really good.
Yeah, it's a great pizza oven. And lasagna, we cook lasagna in there as well. So anyway, we're getting ready to take you in there. We're going to start outside and then go on inside, and we'd be happy to have you make comments down below. If you would, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow along with what we're doing here. Because we are taking this from raw land to something that's livable and functional. So it's been an interesting process so far, and I'm sure it will get even more interesting.
Absolutely. Well, are you ready for the tour?
I'm ready.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start outside the front door, and what we've done is, because we can only cook in a microwave or an air fryer inside or a toaster, we are doing a lot of our cooking outside on a camp stove, and you see that on our Sunday morning breakfast out here. And so this is sort of our outdoor kitchen, and but I like cooking here. I mean, if you watch those videos, you'll see me right here cooking quite a bit. So anyway, we're going to go on inside.
Come on over here. Here's our hot water heater. And this is what feeds our solar for everything in here. As you see, we have insulation, and we've done our hot and cold water already, and Martin's been doing a little bit of wiring as we go. There's off-grid and on-grid. This area here is going to be a bench and a place where we can hang up coats. Right now it's got boards and things right now and some shoes, but it's going to be a lot nicer. And as you come in here, you come into the kitchen.
You're forgetting the most important part.
Food.
I can't believe she's standing right by the washer.
I didn't do that yet. Okay, here's my washer and dryer. Yes, I like to have my clothes clean, and right in here is where I do it. My dryer, washer, my dryer, and it works really good. I just walked right past it.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, the kitchen. This is the kitchen. We do have our own water purifier, which we hooked up, and it just turns it on really easy like that. So we make our coffee, and this is a can opener and a toaster.
So one of the things that we've got here is this is like our favorite feature in the whole house. It takes water and runs it through this filter over here. Yeah, there's so much stuff here. Okay, so it runs it through that filter and gives us filtered water. I don't remember, I think it's called an Eden Pure filter, And I don't remember the exact micron
If they want
and
to look
all
it
that
up,
on it.
they can look it up.
We may put that up there later so that you can see it. It's a very intense filter, and so we just have it connected to it's like a bar faucet, I guess is what it is.
This sink, what I like about it is it's deep, and it also has a feature where you can, utilize that if you need it. So I really like it. It all came in one big package. All right, here's our air fryer. And this is where we do our air frying and our pizza. And I have several things under here, cleaning products. We don't have shelving up yet, but Martin's built these, and I'm kind of utilizing these as I am the best I can for canned goods and dry goods and other things. And over here, we got some more cereals. We've got a spice rack over here. I like using spices. It's got a lot of storage. It comes down in here and you got even more. So it always smells good here. This spot here, right here, is where we're gonna have a gas stove and an oven. We've got one picked out. We just haven't put it in yet. So as we round the corner, we do have our refrigerator and handy microwave. And things are going to change as we go.
And my mascot.
What we're going to have right here is where we're going to have our dining room. Right now I've got my chair in here. And over here in the corner, we're going to have a stove so we can burn wood fire and heat this cabin. This is the outside. If you can come over here, you can see there's no deck yet, but I cleaned all the wood out and we are going to have a deck on there, but it's not yet. So we do have our TV here and a little video player with some DVDs to entertain us. Now, there's one thing that Martin and I have done that really made a lot of sense because we knew that our cabin was small. We built this bed and we made it so we could slip bins underneath, and that's my work clothes. So we've got that storage utilized. And
okay, there's one other thing that we did here too. So this part of the cabin with the wood floor on it is 16 by 16, which is pretty tight. And we knew that the bed was gonna, this is a queen size bed, we knew that the bed was gonna stick out into the room a little farther than what we wanted to. So we added about a 16-inch little bump out there that sort of cantilevered out to the outside of the cabin. And that gave us, doesn't seem like much, but that actually gave us a lot more space out in here.
otherwise it would have come out to
in
here.
front of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gave us a lot more room there.
We also got wiring here for plug-ins for our phones and such.
Yeah, we'll be doing that today.
We got.
And what's behind you there?
Oh, these are.
No, not that.
Oh, got my AC. Gotta stay cool. Ooh, had hummingbird.
And I want to say one thing about the AC too. We run that occasionally on the grid and occasionally off the grid. The other day we had everything in this entire cabin running off of our solar plant and our battery, and it ran all afternoon into the evening because we forgot to switch it back over. Our battery bank is not real big, but what happened is the inverter shut down and we lost everything. I went ahead and replugged them back over to the grid power, and so we had air after that, but it ran everything for several hours without, the refrigerator, both air conditioners, everything, all the lights, everything that we had going in here. Okay, you're up again.
All right, now if we come over here, we've got the important place where we do our videos and take care of things. And also we have another little AC. This was the first one that we had in there. Unfortunately, as you see, we don't have any insulation on this side. And at one time, if you can look up, we had all this not having any insulation. So he just began putting insulation up, and it's starting to cool our cabin down. But when it was 101, we were still hot, and so we bought a second one. Pretty soon this one, we will move it around, I think. And there's more shelving. And this is the important room. Need a light on there. So when we first got here, we made sure that we had that baby going. Anyway, we have a little sink we're going to put up in here yet, and we'll move things around, but we got a shower in here. It's a basic shower, which it's got our own little soaps and things in it. It works. And it's unfinished, and I was going to ask you guys if you liked our...
Okay, wait a minute. Before she does that, I'm going to tell you something that I did. When we hooked the shower up, there's nothing I hate worse than low pressure on a shower. So what we did was, when I brought the plumbing in for this, we used 3/4 inch packs to come in here. So we have really, really good pressure at the shower, which I love that. When it's hot outside and you come in, and it's like, I want the water to wash away all of that.
So for privacy, until we get our walls up, we have cardboard, and it's even nailed in.
Even attached.
Attached by a screw. So anyway, there's a little medicine cabinet in here too. So we got a mirror in here, and our trusty little night light, which hangs upside down. We don't care. We're using this stuff as we can and changing things up as we go. But we're really happy with the progress, and things are going to change as we go. And we just want to encourage you guys to, don't be afraid of moving in and working at the same time, because you can do it. You just have to move things around as you go, and deal with it. Well,
so there you have it. You have a tour of the cabin at Camp Run-Amuck, and it's small. We've got 300 square feet here, but and we're not off-grid to the point of being primitive off-grid. I don't know that either one of us would really enjoy that much. So we do have the comforts like air conditioning and refrigerator here, and some of the things that electrically that you wouldn't maybe expect in an off-grid type of a place.
However, if we needed to get that way, we could certainly do that.
Yeah, we may go into this in further detail at some point, but our solar plant right now is a little small to be able to just run this whole thing 100% all the time. So we can add to it. We bought a big enough inverter that it will handle this cabin very easily. And but we have a limited number of batteries. We probably need about twice as many batteries, and probably about 3 times as many solar panels as what we have right now, which will handle all of that. But to me, the more important thing is having the ability to completely be self-reliant here if we need to be, or if we choose to be. And right now everything is set up to where basically all I have to do is go out into the utility control building outside here and flip 2 switches, and we are completely 100% off grid. So if we lose our power, we're really not going to lose anything other than just we'll be limited until we have a chance to build the system up a little bit more.
And we want to have a garden, but we don't have time this year for it because we've had too much building, and you've got to do that first. And so we'll probably have a garden up next year, and we'll have a special water system that is going to water our garden. So you want
what we did is we found a spring up near the area where we're going to have a garden and a greenhouse, and we're going to build a thing to capture that spring water, and then really put a very small little solar cell up there that will pump water up into a container, an IBC tote, that we'll use for watering the gardening in the greenhouse. So there's a lot of interesting things coming. And since we've now given you the tour and we've kind of given up, you know, the secret inside the cabin, what it's all about and look like, we'll probably start doing more videos inside here of things that we're doing and work that we're doing in here.
And so in the wiring, we did two different kinds of wiring. We did white and we did brown. So we could
she's
tell,
talking about switches and outlets.
Yes. So we could tell off-grid from on-grid. So if we needed to do one or the other, we know how to tell them apart.
So if you look around our cabin, and right now I don't even see any brown ones because there's not that many.
Yeah, there's
we have this cabin is wired up about 80% off-grid through our solar plant and through the batteries, and about 20% is on-grid wiring, and those are the brown plugins that we have around here, the brown switches. And the reason for that is that we want to primarily run on solar, but in the event that we have a problem with that, we want to be able to also run as an emergency measure. We want to be able to run some of the off-grid or some of the on-grid things with that too, like a refrigerator. I really don't want to lose my power in my solar plant and be trying to figure out what to do with the generator or with the refrigerator. Now, we do have a backup generator that can be plugged into the inverter charger, and that will charge the batteries back up. And then as a backup to that, we have a second generator in case the first generator fails. Now that may sound ridiculously redundant, but as Bert Gummer says, backup generator. So we've got two generators. So I mean, we're pretty well covered down here in case we have a problem. And ironically, we did have a problem with the solar plant just 2 days ago, and it was my fault. I mean, it wasn't the system's fault. It was my fault.
We were actually putting up insulation on the walls, and he had to unplug something, and I seen that it was unplugged, and so I plugged it into one of our solars, and it had everything going on.
We had the entire cabin running,
Yeah.
I mean, full blast with tools and air conditioners and appliances and absolutely everything running full blast in here off of the batteries. And about 9:30 at night, the inverter had enough, the batteries were depleted, and it shut down. So I had to get up and try to figure out what happened and why it happened. And we've got that figured out. But anyway, so we've got a lot of backups, but we did want to have some actual grid power available in here if we needed it or wanted it. Okay, just so you know, one other important thing about this little cabin here is that this is not our permanent home. It is, it's temporary while we're living here. We do have plans to build a house a little bit farther down the hill by the waterfall. If you have seen our videos about the waterfall, I'll try to put a link to that also here. But this will ultimately become a small workshop, and we'll have some woodworking tools in here and some other things like that. So this is really being built as a workshop, but it's being built with all of the I guess living quarters that we would need to be able to live in here for a year if we need to. So anyway, so it's yes, we're living here, but it's not really permanent.
We had to start somewhere, and we had to get on the land, and we couldn't just go somewhere else. So we decided that this is the way we were going to do it.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Subscribe,
you.
hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell.